The secret language of coffee invites in Australia. Let's be honest, coffee is not just a drink in Australia. It's practically a language. Whether it's catching up with a mate, a colleague, or even a date, saying, "Let's grab a coffee sometime," means a lot more than it sounds. But here's the thing, there are some unspoken rules behind that simple sentence that can totally change the meaning depending on who says it and how they say it. So today we're talking about the unspoken rules of inviting someone for a coffee in Australia, because trust me, if you don't understand these social codes, you might end up reading the situation completely wrong. And before we start, if you're planning to move to Australia or already live here, make sure to subscribe. I share new tips every week that can save you time, money, and stress. Coffee in Australia is more than just coffee. In Australia, coffee isn't just a drink, it's an event, a connection, a way of life. It's where people talk business, friendship, romance, or sometimes absolutely nothing at all. And the most interesting part? Nobody says, "Let's talk." They say, "Let's catch up for coffee." It's a magical phrase that can mean, "Let's reconnect as friends." "Let's discuss something serious," or even, "I'm trying to see if you're still mad at me." In other words, coffee is a safe excuse for human interaction, socially acceptable, comfortable, and caffeinated. Rule 1, let's catch up for coffee, isn't always about coffee. If someone in Australia says, "Let's grab a coffee," don't expect they're dying for caffeine. Half the time they might not even drink coffee. Some will end up ordering hot chocolate or chai latte, and that's totally normal. This phrase is just another way of saying, let's meet somewhere casual, not too serious, not too formal. So when someone says it, they usually mean, "I want to talk, but I don't want it to sound like an appointment." Funny thing, you might actually never have coffee. You might just walk, talk, and leave with an empty cup and a full conversation. Rule 2, let's catch up sometime, might mean never. Here's a social mystery that confuses many newcomers. When Australians say, "Let's catch up sometime," it doesn't always mean they're planning to. It's often a polite phrase like, "See you soon," at the end of a party, nice to say, but not a promise. So how do you know if someone really means it? If they give you a date or place, they mean it. If they just smile and say, "Yeah, we should do coffee one day," then that day might never come. It's not rude, it's just part of the social politeness code in Australia. Everyone's friendly, but not everyone's scheduling an actual coffee meetup. Rule 3, who pays? Now this is one of the most awkward unspoken rules, the payment moment. If you invite someone for coffee, it's generally polite to offer to pay. But here's the Aussie twist, most people will insist, "No, I'll get mine." Australians value independence even when it comes to a $5 flat white. So the general rule. Friends or colleagues, everyone pays for themselves. First dates, often one person offers, the other insists to split. If you invite for business, you pay. The key is to avoid a dramatic wallet war at the counter. Just say, "I've got this round," and if they insist, let them. Nobody likes a coffee debate. Rule 4. Timing is everything in Australia. Coffee can mean very different things depending on the time of day. Morning coffee usually means casual catch-up or work break. Midday coffee could be a friendly meet-up or a networking chat. Afternoon coffee often hints at something more personal, like getting to know someone. But here's the secret, saying coffee at night? That's either romantic or suspiciously energetic. You'll rarely hear, "Wanna grab a coffee at 9 p.m.? Unless it's a date or someone just finished a night shift. Rule 5. Don't be late. In a country where everyone values laid-back culture, you might think being late for coffee is fine. It's not. Australians are casual, yes, but they hate wasting time. Being 5-10 minutes late is acceptable. Anything beyond that, send a quick message. And if you completely forget the coffee date, expect a polite message like, "All good, maybe another time," which actually translates to, "You stood me up." Rule 6. The location speaks volumes. Where you go for coffee says a lot about your relationship with the person. A cafe near work equals professional vibe. A cozy, quiet cafe equals deeper talk or emotional catch-up. Takeaway coffee in the park equals friendly and relaxed. A specialty coffee shop you picked equals romantic touch. Australians put a surprising amount of thought into cafe choice. Some will even say, "Oh, that place has better vibes." They mean, I want a place where the conversation feels natural. Rule 7. Don't talk about money or religion during coffee unless you already know someone well. Certain topics are off limits during a casual coffee catch-up. Avoid heavy politics, money matters, or anything too personal. The coffee culture in Australia is about comfort and connection, not debate. People prefer topics like travel, food, pets, or weekend plans. If you bring up politics too soon, you might make things awkward faster than a double espresso hits your bloodstream. Rule 8. Catch up actually has layers. When an Australian says, "Let's catch up," it could mean 3 very different things depending on tone and context. 1. Friendly catch up, genuine, "I want to see you, mate." 2. Polite catch up, neutral, "I don't really mean it but I'm being nice." 3. Emotional catch up, serious, "We need to talk about something important." The trick? Listen to the tone. If it sounds cheerful, it's casual. If it sounds cautious, you might be heading into an emotional territory. Rule 9. Coffee invites at work. Workplace coffee catch-ups in Australia are their own secret language. If your manager says, "Let's grab a coffee," it doesn't mean trouble. Often it's the opposite. An informal chat, maybe about progress, ideas, or sometimes even a promotion. But if your colleague says, "Can we grab a coffee later?" after a meeting, that might mean a secret rant session is coming. Coffee breaks are unofficial therapy sessions in Australian offices. It's where people vent, gossip, and brainstorm, sometimes all in one sip. Rule 10. Coffee and dating. Here's one that always causes confusion. When is a coffee just coffee and when is it a date? The truth is, even Australians get confused sometimes. If someone says, "Wanna grab a coffee this weekend?" and it's just the two of you, it might be a date. But because coffee is such a casual thing here, nobody will call it one. It's the safest low-pressure date option ever. If things go well, great. If not, at least you got caffeine out of it. If you're not sure, look for signs. Are they dressing up a bit more than usual? Do they sit facing you closely? Did they say, "Let's grab a drink next time"? If yes, congrats, that coffee turned romantic. Rule 11. Don't expect a long meeting. Australians love quick catch-ups. Most coffee meetups last 20-40 minutes. If you're chatting for over an hour, it means either the conversation is great, or neither of you knows how to end it politely. Ending a coffee catch-up is simple. You just say, "All right, I better head off soon." That's a universal code for, "I'm done here," without sounding rude. Rule 12. Saying no politely. If you don't want to have coffee with someone, don't panic. Australians value honesty. Just keep it gentle. You can say, "I've got a busy week, maybe another time. Let's plan something later in the month." They'll understand. No need to make excuses. Everyone's busy. That's the most Australian thing you can say. Rule 13. The coffee text follow-up after a coffee meetup. The polite thing is to send a quick message like, "That was a good catch-up, let's do it again soon." Even if you don't plan to, it keeps things friendly. If it was a date, the message decides everything. If they reply fast, it went well. If they ghost, well, maybe it was just about the coffee after all. Rule 14. Don't forget to order properly. Australians are serious about their coffee. Ordering the wrong way can expose you instantly as a newcomer. Some classics. Flat white, creamy and smooth. Aussie favorite. Long black, stronger like Americano. Latte, common and safe. Cappuccino, frothy with chocolate dust. But don't say small coffee. Say small flat white or regular latte. And definitely don't say to go cup. Here it's takeaway. Rule 15. Coffee catch-up etiquette for newcomers. If you're new to Australia, here's how to blend in like a local during a coffee catch-up. 1. Smile when you arrive. 2. Say something light like, "How's your week going?" 3. Order confidently even if it's just hot chocolate. 4. Don't check your phone too much. 5. Say thank you to the barista. 6. Offer to split the bill politely. Do that and you'll instantly come across as friendly and culturally aware. So the next time someone says, "Let's grab a coffee," remember, it's not about caffeine. It's about connection. It could mean friendship, opportunity, curiosity, or even a spark of romance. But behind every flat white and long black, there's a tiny moment of human connection. And that's what makes Australia's coffee culture so special. Before wrapping up, don't forget to subscribe. If you're planning to move to Australia or already live here, make sure to subscribe. I share new tips every week that can save you time, money, and stress. And tell me in the comments, what's the most interesting or awkward coffee catch-up you've ever had? Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.